Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real
Sarah from The Upcoming.
Pleasure to have you here with us in beautiful, beautiful Venice. Maybe you can begin with a brief introduction to this amazing film, Coup. What can people expect when they watch it?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is Billy Crystal, and
John Candy.
and I'm John Candy, and we're in a movie about the hypocrisy of
Social class. And
muckraking journalists in the Spanish flu time in the early 20th century. It's a comedic and, I guess, thriller. A comedic thriller? Is that a genre?
yeah, I would say thriller, suspense. Thriller?
It's not a thriller.
You say it was a thriller?
No.
There's some further aspects.
Sure.
Mystery, kind
Mystery. There's mystery. What's going on? Why is this guy doing what he's doing?
Comedy thriller? Why do it?
I don't know. That doesn't sell very well. Comedy thriller. Let's just call
It does.
comedy.
Would like Get Out a comedy thriller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
So we're
scarier.
nothing like that.
Got it.
of. Maybe that's what's unique
That's
about
the
it.
clip.
It's a bit
Unique.
genre
No.
bending.
Yeah,
and
we
it's-
used to talk about it when we were starting. I think I remember you saying, like, I don't know that this is, like, funny.
That's true.
And I was like, to me, it's like
It's
what
serious.
it is. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. How about that?
Yeah, blast. Again, like
man.
doing a small film like this and at the budget point and have the caliber, working with Peter, it's like so awesome that we put a period piece together at that budget in that time frame and for it to be this product. It's like, I'm really proud of that, man.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I'm proud of.
I loved the script when I got it. I really thought it was great.
And I
the
think
character.
it's not just the setting and the story, but it is the tone of it as well. And I guess that must have just come through when you immediately read the script. But it's sort of offbeat, laugh out loud funny, but there's this real dark undercurrent too.
Yeah. And the tone is something you kind of discover as you do it.
As you go through it, yeah, and you could feel where it was leading us down this road. We did play everything so dead serious, which made it funny, which made it dramatic or intense.
Yeah, but if you have a mustache, that always puts everything in like parentheses.
And your two characters, I mean, completely different, but sort of, look like they were both fun to play in different ways.
Yeah.
Maybe if we start with Jay. I mean, the other thing that I felt is that throughout the film, my sympathies kept sort of shifting.
Well, that's the hope. Like, both guys are kind of in the right here, and it's like, how do you want to live your life? How do you want to, through like a pandemic or the breakdown society, you see how fragile it all is, and what's the priorities, and what do these people really want to hold through a pandemic situation. I think we all asked ourselves that same question as we went through it. Like, what are the priorities? All of a sudden, my lifestyle shifted, and what was important to me was completely different than what it was before it.
So how did you see him? Because obviously he is very earnest, and he does think that he's doing the right thing.
I think
he's a very flawed character.
Yeah,
as well.
I think his best quality is his worst quality, is that, like, to become what he had become in his life, he was always fighting a battle or pushing uphill or being aggressive in such a way, and there was structure and there was like a real outline of how to be and live. And when that breaks down, he loses his mind. So yeah, it's kind of fun to see people like that have structure, and when it's taken away, they don't know how to operate.
And playing Floyd, I mean, how did you were you building the character with the directors as you went? I mean, just the way he looks, the way he holds himself.
I showed up. You know what it was? It was like I felt a lot of freedom in creating it from the beginning. So I remember I went into wardrobe and said none of this is right, and then we went and found other stuff, and we started putting it together, and then I started playing the harmonica, and then I started talking like that, and then I had a mustache, and then I don't know, and I felt like I felt really attractive as Floyd, which I really liked. I was like, yeah, I wish I could look like this in my life. Yeah.
The hat.
The mustache. I loved all of it.
You naturally have that, Peter. You're a smooth criminal, dude.
Thanks, Billy. That's good. I'm gonna remember that for a while.
Keep it.
Thank you. No, that he's a disruptor, and that he's a revolutionary without thinking about it. He's the type of person who's just like doesn't follow the rules at all. So it makes it so that any rules that are ridiculous or hypocritical. He just steps right through as if they're not there. You know what I mean? And it's a different kind of revolutionary than like, you know, I have this friend, this journalist, Jeremy Scahill, who's a left journalist who's been in war zones, who's put everything on the line as a journalist, right? And he's like from the Catholic workers movement, you know, he has an idea about changing the world. The person I'm like has no idea about changing the world. I'm just like, there's like a red rope here and I don't know why, and I'm just gonna get over that. And then, oh, this is like a taxi and it's got someone's luggage in it and they're not here. They must have left. Sweet. You know, like it's just not obeying all the little rules that we've learned. You know, I don't know who his parents were.
What a great...
Who?
And then for the two characters, Jay and Floyd, to coexist in one playground, like to be these two characters to be forced to stay with each other and deal with it with each other.
I was noting today we're dressed a little bit like Spy vs. Spy.
Bro!
And I was thinking we're a little bit Spy vs. Spy in the movie. Do you ever watch Spy vs. Spy or know that cartoon?
Yes, of course. Was that Mad TV?
Yeah.
Mad TV?
Yeah.
And what about being on this set? Because, I mean, just the period details also immaculately put together, but I like the way it almost becomes a bit Lord of the Flies, and it's like this isolated place that just seems to descend further and further into sort of animalistic kind of chaos.
It was an actual huge mansion.
Huge. Two different mansions. The outside's different from the inside, actually. So we had to like...
It was real.
They're both, you know, real, but like the outside was a different mansion we shot, and the inside was...
It turns out it's really hard to heat a mansion.
Yeah. Or very expensive for a film set.
So we were very cold a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I had my dog. That's also my dog was around like all the time, which was nice too because my dog was my inspiration a lot of the time. My dog doesn't care where you're supposed to shit or piss.
Did you have like any favorite scene, or I mean, and also particularly working with Sarah? I mean, her character, she plays that character so well. She's kind of the moral compass, and we're sort of looking to her to see where our sympathies should lie. So what was it like being on set with her in particular?
She's again like working with Peter, with Sarah. Actually, all the actors, Fran, Christine Nielsen, they were awesome to work with. You feel safe when you work with actors like that. Like you can play, you can make mistakes, you could discover new things about your character with these people because they'll go down that path with you as an artist. And, that's
and
what
she's
an
elegant,
needs.
right? Like as a person, I know she was a dancer when she was young. She kind of holds herself a certain way. And around Floyd, at least, it was like just a totally different type of animal than I knew of in my life, right? It was very interesting to be around her, not just like in a, you know, like a romantic way, but like, what is this thing that looks like a little bit like a gazelle and combined with a, you know, like the whole world was kind of mind-blowing for him, including her.
And in terms of what people can take away from watching it, I mean, I think we're all still trying to process the pandemic, and it's sort of...
I think so many people were traumatized by it. I was, personally. I don't know about you.
Well, look at children. I mean, they've not recovered. I mean, yeah, obviously... Well, especially the children of, again, it's about class. Like, you know, there have been all these studies about kids in the U.S. and how far behind they are in school. That's not the kids that go to private school. You know, during the pandemic in the U.S., you would have like a private school that was fully on Zoom and had the teachers, and they all got really organized right away, and they had special devices to video the teacher, and then you'd go to see the public school down the way, and like everybody's like, well, we're not really doing school. Yeah.
And do you feel like this sort of recent trend of this kind of eat the rich satires, is there something cathartic about us watching the elite suffer a bit, because in real life you feel like they're never going to get their comeuppance?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I think I like why for this script specifically, it was just to point out the hypocrisy of it all. Like it's to say one thing and then act a completely different way. Yeah, we gotta do that. It's like you as a journalist, you have to get the real information and expose it. And sometimes as an artist, that's what I like to do. It'd be like call shit out and you see it.
And there's a responsibility to being wealthy, isn't there? There's like, you know, it's whatever, it's fine to be wealthy, but there is a responsibility, and I think to get in, to make sure you stay in life with everyone else. I know so many people who talk about like climate change, and they go, I found my climate change place. They actually talk about this with Republicans in the U.S., that they're all getting places in New Zealand because they think this will be where it's great during the apocalypse of the earth. And I'm like, you think anyone's going to be at the end of your driveway and be like, I was just wondering if I could have a glass of water because we don't have any? And no, there is no going to the high ground.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to go to the high ground.
Yeah.
And just finally, being in Venice, how does it feel? I know you've got multiple films here, but it's a pretty great place to bring a film.
Yeah, this is my first time being here, and I'm completely honored. Honestly, I love Italy. I love Venice. It's funny, I just did a film here actually a year ago. It's been 1 year since I've been here, and this city is just magical. Yeah, it's a real honor. It's a real honor.
Yeah, I love Venice. I also love how, to me, it's very easy to get around because there's no traffic jams.
Definite bonus.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us, and I really can't wait for everyone to see this incredible, incredible film. Thanks so much.